basically, if you want to grow your muscle, or if you want to improve the maximum amount of frequency and volume, I recommend doing training a muscle part minimum twice a week, and some muscle part can be trained 3 and even 4 times a week. For example, I train my calves 4 times a week. I train my lateral delt 3 times a week, my rear delt 3 times a week, and my front delts, I don't do front races because they're being trained by when I do incline bench press and shoulder press, so that's enough volume for them. So I basically have push-pull leg split, and I divide them into push A and push B, pull A and pull B, legs A and leg B, and I do different type of exercises. And on the leg days, I start with my calves because I've been skinny my whole life, so it's really hard to grow them really big because I have small bones, tiny bones, small frame of bones, you know. So muscle won't pack on easily like when you have big bones, and that can be a reason why my calves are small. And also I'm tall, so the muscle is stretched out. You know, if you have small bones, your muscle can fit more and it looks more round. But if you're stretched, your muscle looks slimmer but longer, you know. That can also be a factor, of course. And yeah, so I'll show you guys how my split looks like. So this is a push B. I do shoulder, triceps, abs, and of course I do cardio. I recommend everyone to do cardio in the off season as well, because it will help you keep you lean, you know. So you don't have to cut massively when you want to reduce body fat. And if you cut massively, you will lose muscle. Greg Duchette have talked about it in his videos. I recommend to follow Greg Duchette and More Plates and More Dates in YouTube. Those are the most realist YouTubers out there, and those are my favorite YouTubers as well. Greg Duchette and More Plates, More Dates. Okay, those two are really awesome to watch. They are real. They don't talk any bullshit, and they give you the reality. Because so many people who start YouTube channel or have a YouTube channel with a massive following, they are taking PDs. They are taking PDs, which means performance enhancing drugs. It can be everything from testosterone, hormone replacement therapy, clenbuterol, SARMs, etc. I have never been into PDs and steroids, so I don't know so much about it. I've just been eating clean and training hard for the past 8 to 10 years. I say 8 to 10 years because the first year I just went to gym and been training, didn't focus really with my diet. I just ate home food, nothing really special. I wasn't that smart and educated like now. Now, as I have more years of experience, I try to read articles and learn more about it almost every day. I try to learn some new things, and it's really important because if I have to, this fitness field are changing, you know, it's changing and new information are coming. So if you want to be a good personal trainer, you have to be updated. You have to update yourself. So before I go, I just want to tell you I am a certified personal trainer from Norway, from an academy called Academic of Personal Training. And also I'm studying medicine in Poland, and I've been training in gym now for 10 years. So you can trust me, I won't tell you any bullshit. Welcome to this video, everyone. This is a push B workout. I do push pull leg split with different push pull and leg split. I do like push A, push B, pull A, pull B, and leg A, leg B, with different exercises on the different days. So starting up with the external rotation warm-up for the shoulders and rotator cuff. If you follow my channel, you know that the external rotation are really important for warming up your shoulder. It prevents injury and it gives your supraspinatus muscle or rotator cuff muscle group the warm-up it needs to be able to keep it healthy and injury-free. So we do that for 1-2 sets between 15-20 reps. You don't have to go heavy. Keep in mind that you have to keep your elbow close to your body to be able to give the muscle enough tension. Because remember that if you follow me or if you watch my channel, you know that in previous video I told that the tension and getting fatigue is really different. You can get really tired by doing something, but you don't give any tension to your muscle, so your muscle won't grow efficiently. So starting off with the first exercise, actually warm-up sets, sorry. I do 1-2 warm-up sets for starting the session. I never go straight into the heavy sets. It's stupid. Don't warm up on the treadmill and go to the weights, the weight you're actually doing. You have to build up the weight. Start low and then build up to the weight. So if I'm working with, let's say, 28 kilos on the shoulder press, I do maybe 12 kilo on the first set, and then I do 20, and then I start my working set with 28. So it's really important for both for the muscle and the mindset as well. So shoulder press, 4 working sets. I go a little bit heavier than I should, 10 to 12 reps. Shoulders can handle more reps actually, because they tend to respond for the more reps of the sets. Okay, so I do 4 sets here, and then we move on to the next exercise. And also another thing which is really important, that when you lift something, weights generally, your feet has to be stable on the floor. I see so many people like lifting up the weights, lifting up the feet, and then dancing. I don't know what they're doing. The power starts with the feet. Keep your feet stable and try to push the floor away from you by the feet. And then your ass and lower back has to be seated on the seat, tight, shoulder retracted, and then you're safe. You don't have to touch the dumbbell at the top, because already you're giving muscle enough tension when you're pressing. By touching the dumbbells, it's like unnecessary movement, you know. So we're doing this for 4 sets, and we're moving on to the next exercise. Moving on to the next exercise is the dumbbell lateral raises. I do them right after pressing movements. So keep your thumb down like that. In that way you give more tension to your lateral delts. So keep it that way, and always keep your thumb down and your pinky up. Imagine a position of emptying a bottle. Don't keep your elbow at the top, then you won't give enough tension to your side delts. You give then tension to your front delt, which already got tension from the pressing movement, right? And also another important thing is that if you lean a bit forward, meanwhile keeping your pinky down, you give the maximum amount of tension to your side delt. And trust me, you don't go heavy here. Just do the technique really correctly to the perfection, and then you can build up the weight. You don't have to go heavy. 10, 15, 20 reps. Always keep your slight bend on the back to give the lateral delt enough tension. Because the thing is here, this is secret, I'll tell you guys. If you see that the side delt is pointing directly towards the roof, that's perfect. That's what you want to achieve. The side delts, when you raise them to the side, if they point to the roof, that's good. That's enough tension. If they point backwards, no. If they point backwards, then it's front delts, okay? So keep that in mind. That's an easy thing to remember, that when you raise your elbow, if your side delt is pointing directly towards the roof, that's perfect. So this is the front view. This is how it looks like from the front. I lean a bit forward right there, and I raise them. As you see in the movement right there, you can see that my side delt in the top of the top position, right? And if you look at my elbow and arm, I'm raising it while keeping a slight bend on my wrist to make the tension on the side delt. If you get tired of keeping a position of your back, or keeping a slight bend on the dumbbell, just take a rest and do it again, because it can be tiring to focus on so many things when doing exercise, right? So I do this for 4 sets and then move on. Moving on to the next exercise is the cable lateral raises. I do these after dumbbell because these are easier than dumbbells and it's a different mechanics of movement. So I keep one foot in the front and one behind, and then lean a bit forward to give the maximum tension to the side belt. So and also on top of the movement, my thumbs are down and my little finger is up. In that way, I give more tension to the side belt as well. And also I check in sometimes that if the side delts are pointing towards the roof. So I do this for 10-15 reps for 3-4 sets, maybe 5 sets, depends. So yes, that's exercise number 3. Exercise, we have the dips. I don't recommend doing these dips for chest because it's a triceps exercise. I'm gonna explain you why on the next slide here. So dips is mainly a tricep exercise with shoulder and chest synergist helpers. I wouldn't recommend doing dips for chest. Because of your chest, you need to do a pressing movement in a horizontal plane. Easily explained, doing a press where arms in front of you. When you do dips, you need someone to hold your legs. In that way you hit your chest more. And that's not so safe neither, so I recommend you, if you want to do chest, do like a horizontal press in a machine or dumbbells. Easier and more convenient. So when you do dips, try holding your hand grip narrow. If you're holding it too wide, it won't be so comfortable and it's nothing too beneficial neither. So hold a grip closer than wider, and go as far as you can. You have to feel comfortable, of course. If you have any pain, don't do this exercise. There are many other solutions you can do. And of course you have to be strong in the first place because you have to lift your body weight. So my weight is 77 kilo at this point in the video, so I'm lifting 77 kilo obviously. If I lift my leg up, it's a little bit easier because then the weight is removed from the legs obviously. So moving on, next exercise. After doing 4 sets of dips, I do push down. This push down movement has been staple for my 11 years of training, almost 11 years. So 10.5 years I'm doing this exercise. I love it. It's of course many ways to do it. If you lean forward a little bit, retract your shoulders, and going slowly up, you remove the tension from your shoulder and other helpers as well. So there's more tension to the triceps. So I do this for 4 sets also. Almost all exercises in the gym I do 3-4 sets between 8 to 12, 15 reps. So keep that in mind. But this exercise I recommend everyone to do it. It's easy, more convenient, and it's easy to set up as well. When doing it, try to hold parallel. I mean the shoulder width, right? Don't hold too close or too wide. Just keep your arm at the shoulder width apart. So last thing and the most important thing today, for most of you want to know how to get abs. This is my tip. I've been training in the gym 10 years. I'm a certified personal trainer. And my tip for getting abs is focus more on the diet part in the kitchen. How you eat the food. What is your food look like? But in the gym, what you can do is to train the abs once or twice a week. Yes, only once or twice a week. You don't have to do abs every day to get nice abs. On the leg raises, don't move your hips too much, and if leg raise is heavy, just do a knee raise. It's easier. And 3-4 sets is fine, between 8 to 15 reps. Just do your best. It's heavy, but try at least your best, okay? If not, you can do assisted knee raises. And then moving on is the cable crunch. This exercise is a little bit tricky because even I can't do it perfectly. I just practice every day to do it correctly because we can never be outlearned. So what you can do is to keep your hip in a stable position, flex your abs in the top of the movement, and bring your forehead close to your knee. In that way your abs are contracting really well. And don't move your hip. Look at my hip right there. I'm not moving it at all. In that way your abs are engaged more, okay? And another thing I want to talk about before we move on to the next exercise. Abs is really all about fat loss. You have to remove the subcutaneous fat. It means the fat in the outside the organs, because you also have visceral fat. Visceral fat is located between the organs, and if you really have a high body fat percentage, your visceral fat is also a lot, and it can give your organs a lot of pressure. Imagine having many dense items close to your organs. It can give the really high pressure in your abdomen. It's not healthy. So moving on to the next exercise is the wood choppers. This one I really recommend everyone to do. It works the internal and external oblique. I don't recommend doing any type of twisting movement because you're just gonna make your waist thicker. Do a wood chop. It's much better, and it's more efficient as well. It's more safe also. Okay guys, thank you for watching. I'm gonna group up 2 videos to watch. Thank you, and I hope to see you guys soon in the next video.